In the silence of the room, a screen lights up. It is a cold, pale blue ignition in the darkness, a digital hearthfire for a lonely species. Before your conscious mind even registers the glow, your pupil dilates. Your heart rate shifts, a microscopic fraction of a beat faster. Your thumb twitches, hovering over the glass, ready to obey. You think you are the one making the choice to look. You think you are the master of your attention, but you are wrong. Deep within the architecture of your skull, in the ancient reptilian basement of your brain, a chemical dam has just broken. The puppet master has pulled a string, and you have danced. This is not a story about technology, it is a story about a molecule. A simple arrangement of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen that has built civilizations, driven men to war, composed symphonies, and now keeps you trapped in a loop of infinite scrolling at 3 in the morning. This is the story of dopamine. To understand the puppet master, we must shrink down. We must descend past the skin, through the bone, into the electrified jungle of the nervous system. Here, in the darkness of the cranial vault, billions of neurons reach out to one another like the branches of terrified trees. They do not touch. There is a gap between them, the synapse. It is a chasm of silence. For a thought to move, for a desire to form, a message must cross that abyss. Dopamine is the messenger. But it is not, as the poets told us, the molecule of pleasure. It is not the feeling of satisfaction. That is a common lie. Dopamine is the molecule of more. It is the chemical lightning that strikes before the reward. It is the anticipation, the craving, the itch. It is the biological promise that something good is just around the corner, just one click away, just one step further. It is the engine of seeking, not the destination of finding. Rewind the clock 200,000 years. The sun beats down on the African savanna. You are hungry. Your survival hangs by a thread. Suddenly, you spot a hive dripping with honey high in a baobab tree. Your brain floods the striatum with dopamine. The sensation is electric. It overrides fear, it overrides fatigue. It screams, go, climb, get it. When you finally taste the sugar, the dopamine stops. Its job is done. It was the fuel for the pursuit. It ensured your ancestors didn't sit under a tree and starve. It made us explorers. It made us hunters. It made us conquer the globe. But evolution works slowly, in agonizingly long chapters of millennia. Technology works in milliseconds. We have taken this ancient survival software, designed for a world of scarcity, and uploaded it into a world of overwhelming, artificial abundance. We have taken the hardware of a hunter-gatherer and placed it inside a digital casino that never closes. Consider the slot machine. It is the perfect dopamine trap. If you pulled the lever and won every time, you would get bored. If you pulled and never won, you would walk away. But the machine is designed around the prediction error. You pull, nothing. You pull, nothing. You pull. Jackpot. The unpredictability sends the dopamine neurons into a frenzy. The brain loves a surprise. It loves the maybe. Now, look at the device in your hand. It is the slot machine, distilled. The pull to refresh action is the lever. The split-second delay before the content loads is the spinning wheel. Will it be a like? A message from a lover? A breaking news tragedy? A cat video? You don't know. And because you don't know, you cannot look away. The engineers in glass towers in Silicon Valley know this. They have studied your biology better than you have. They are not selling you a product. They are mining your nervous system. They have weaponized your own evolutionary drive against you, turning the seeking system into a prison. Under the microscope, we can see the toll of this war. When you flood the brain with cheap dopamine, sugar, drugs, pornography, likes, the brain tries to protect itself. It screams for balance. It sees the tidal wave of stimulation coming, and it shuts the windows. It downregulates. It reduces the number of receptors waiting for the signal. This is the tragedy of tolerance. The things that once brought you joy now feel gray, flat, tasteless. The walk in the forest is too slow. The book is too long. The conversation is too boring. You are not just distracted, you are numb. And to feel anything at all, to just feel normal, you need a bigger hit. You need to scroll faster, watch more, consume harder. You are a rat in a cage, pressing the lever until you collapse, starving in the midst of a feast. The invisible puppet master does not care about your happiness. It cares about propagation. It cares about the next moment, never the present one. It whispers to you that the present is insufficient, that the reality in front of you, the breathing of your child, the texture of the wind, the silence of the room, is not enough. It tells you that reality needs a filter, a caption, a validation number. It hollows out your capacity for solitude, replacing the rich inner life with a frantic, externalized hunger. We have created a culture of low-grade addiction where we are all waiting for the next notification to tell us we exist. We are hyper-connected, yet the connection is thin, brittle, transmitted through glass. We have traded the warmth of eye contact for the cold blue light of the interface, and in doing so, we have given up the one thing we truly own: present moment. But there is a flaw in the puppet master's control. It relies on your unconsciousness. It relies on you remaining asleep at the wheel, reacting automatically to the vibration, the ding, the red dot. The moment you see the mechanism, the spell weakens. The moment you realize that the itch to check your phone is just a chemical surge, a misfiring of ancient code, you can choose to simply watch the feeling rather than obey it. You can choose to endure the boredom. For in that boredom, the receptors grow back. The sensitivity returns. The gray world begins to regain its color. The taste of an apple becomes sweet again. The face of a friend becomes fascinating again. The war is invisible, and it is being fought in the trenches of your synapses right now. The enemy is comfortable. It has mapped your desires and automated your habits. It is waiting for this video to end, so it can serve you the next one, and the next, and the next, pulling you down the river of algorithmically generated engagement until you drown in a sea of content that you will not remember tomorrow. The screen is calling. The chemical is rising. The itch is there, just behind your eyes. Do not let it win. Do not click next. Look up.